you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?
Paid. Welcome to Samson's World. It's Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, Boom Boom Thursday, as some people in the streets call it. Lucky, thank you for that green heart. It means the world to me. Everybody, come on in. Welcome to Samson's World. It's your show. Oh, hold on. I hate when this does it. I swear to God, this thing loves to connect the mic. Let me make sure I'm good. Okay, yeah. This is so annoying sometimes. My phone will just connect, and I'm like, I didn't tell you to do that, man. Come on in, guys. Happy Thursday. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're feeling well. I was supposed to be on TMZ this morning talking about our lead story. I wouldn't even call it that because it's Kim K. But Kim K had a small brain aneurysm, right? And so TMZ called me this morning. They wanted me to be on, asked me what I thought about it. My segment ends up getting cut. That's Hollywood for you. Hurry up and wait is what they always say. They always say, hurry up and wait. That's the old saying. Anyway, I'm digressulating. So I'm hoping you guys are all having a beautiful Thursday out there. Kevin V says, we love you. Kevin, right back at you. I love you, man. And what is my new, is this? No, is that it? Yep, that's for you, Kevin. Let me give you another one. That's an I love you. Yep. It's a beautiful Thursday, as I said. It is, what time is it? It's about, a minute till 2 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. EST for all you East Coasters. Yeah, today is hot. Kim Kardashian has a brain aneurysm, but it's tiny. It's tiny. I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. She's saying it's from what did she say? Stockholm syndrome from Kanye, because being with a crazy person, and I've seen people in the commentaries saying, "Hey Sam, when you're with somebody crazy, it is very tough." And I agree. But I don't know. She's blaming Kanye for the brain aneurysm. I don't know, man. This family is weird. Kendall Jenner just admitted to her mom, Kris Jenner. Oh my God, Jenner. Sam, get it together. Just admitted to her mom, Kris Jenner. I'm not even going to try and say it anymore. That she lost her virginity to her mom. It's so weird. Look at this. Tell me this isn't a little weird.
That's so not nice. I lost my virginity in that room.
What? Stop it. Where was I?
But how did you do it if they were home?
Was I in?
This is the common theme just to watch this. Where was I? Kris does not sound like a mother who was around. Let's just watch the footage and listen.
In the next room?
I actually didn't. I didn't. I didn't. Yeah, it was at his house.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
What?
Like, were they not home? Because I can't even
No, you guys
pee if they're
didn't
home.
care.
No, it was didn't care.
Not only did she not know, she really didn't give a She was like, oh, you're going out till Wednesday? Great.
This is crazy, guys. I before I move on any further, I have a guest, Cheryl Mildor. Cheryl, are you ready to come on? Let me just check with her. Hold on, guys. Let me ask her. Okay, she's ready. I just got the A-OK. I'm ready. All right, well, come on in. Come on in. I can't see you. Come on in.
I can see you.
Cheryl?
I'm here.
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Let's see. Hold on. With this
Yeah.
technology, I'm still, maneuver and trying to,
Hey, okay.
hang of
What'd you
this.
call yourself? A new bird or newbie?
I'm sorry?
What did you call yourself? A new what?
No, maneuver. Try to maneuver,
Maneuver. Oh, I
technology.
thought you said like new bird, like flying, like you're
No,
new to technology, and I've never heard that.
no. I wish I was flying somewhere.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually going to be going to Naples, Florida soon.
Oh, you are?
Yep, I'm going to be going. I'm doing a seminar called LOL with your loved ones, where I am teaching elderly people, how to use their phones.
Oh, there we go.
There you are.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're
There
fine.
I
You know, how to connect with your loved ones, send your granddaughter a funny video or something like that.
am. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
how are you doing, Cheryl? Sorry, I was just in the middle of showing people this video on Kendall Jenner because Kim Kardashian had a brain aneurysm that she saw. Did you hear about this?
No. Oh, no. Is she
And
okay?
I mean, yeah, she's fine. It's very small,
Uh-huh.
but she is claiming that it is from the stress from having Stockholm syndrome from Kanye.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I personally, my feeling was, and I was supposed to be on TMZ this morning. I got cut, but I think I'm going to be back on Monday.
Okay.
Was that, Kim is kind of a crybaby. I don't know. I hate to say crybaby or call her a narcissist or anything like that. But it's like she has all of the access of medical help at her, like fingertips, where most people
Right.
don't. And I don't know. I just think, and then she's blaming it on Kanye. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
stress level, and then meanwhile, you see Kanye. I'll switch gears for a second. Did you see this
Okay.
message from Kanye to Kim about Northwest?
No. They had
Okay,
a
let me
text
show you this
exchange.
real quick.
And media tries to promote something. I said, hey, everybody, I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said, it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said, I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
What do you think? Have you so Kanye is upset because, like, you saw that was Northwest
Right.
on the screen there, and she has like a septum piercing. I think septum is the word they call. I don't know.
How old is she again? She's 12, 13?
12. She is 12.
And
I
she
mean,
has
I have a
piercing already?
13-year-old. There's no way in hell I would ever let my daughter leave the house looking like that with, makeup. I mean, she wears
Right.
light makeup and stuff like that. But this is how, it's like, who's crazy? Is it Kanye or is it Kim? Because listen to how the Kardashians talk to each other. Like, this to me is, sorry, I'll let you comment on that, Cheryl.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? Like, I've been watching
please.
the Kardashians since the beginning. I know. Don't hate me,
Oh,
viewers. Don't judge me,
God.
actually. Don't judge me.
Wait a minute.
I know.
You have been watching or you have not?
I have been watching this season since it aired the first time in the beginning when it started keeping.
You're hardcore
I know.
Kardashian.
I know. So don't judge me, you guys. But now I do not anymore because I just don't like certain things that they stand for.
Okay.
And especially
Such as?
kids, such as like the kids putting them on their show, as such a young age that they didn't have a voice or a say. It's okay with them because they're adults, but just the the lifestyle that they do. I just don't really agree with, to be honest with
I
you.
agree.
But that's their life.
Yep.
To answer your question with Kanye, is he wrong? I don't think so. He's a father. I think every father has a say when it comes
Right.
to their children. To be honest with you, I'm not saying
Mhm.
Kim is wrong either. I just feel like they're both parents, and they should come together as parents to raise their children together and not be against
Mhm.
each other. Now, Kim's choices, how she dressed North and in the piercing, I think that's just inappropriate in my opinion.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
have
me
children
too.
yet. I have nieces, but you best believe that my nieces would never dress like that.
Right. And I see now because the new standard is thongs on the beach. All the women, the girls, if you're about maybe 30 and under, I'd say now they are wearing thongs on the beach. All the girls are wearing shorts that kind of have a little bit of the cheek hanging out, the bottom
Yeah.
cheekular, if you will. So times have also changed in terms. I mean, I grew up, college in the 90s where the women were wearing baggy jeans, flannel, you couldn't tell
Yes.
what somebody looked like at all.
Exactly. Exactly. Like time
But
has
now it's
changed,
like, I mean, it's very revealing. Like prom dresses, think about
Really.
that.
Yes. Very
They used to be
revealing.
big and fluffy kind of. Now they're like,
nope, you see their boobs, you see a lot of skin. That skin should not be showing in prom.
right. Yeah. Or not. I
Mhm.
don't know. I mean, I'm not mad at the style. Maybe I'm more mad that I wasn't born later. I don't know. But I'm very,
No, I think it should be a little bit more modest. You know what I mean? Obviously, it should
I
be
agree.
cute and chic and fun, but it should be a
Yes.
little bit modest too. That's all.
Yes. Not so Las Vegas strip all the time.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Can I say something? I watched your last
Sure.
show on Tuesday, and you were talking about President Trump might, pardon Diddy. It was
Yep.
very interesting. I have to say, I loved it. Great show,
Mhm.
by the way,
Oh,
on
thank you.
Tuesday.
Mhm.
You're very welcome. And I don't know. I don't think he's going to pardon Diddy. I really don't, in my opinion. I don't think
Well,
he is. I think
what
he's in the
what I
talk.
think.
Uh-huh.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just think, with President Trump, he's very, I want to say slick. He's very smart and very litigious.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Obviously, he's going to say, I'm going to think about it. I haven't made a decision yet. But obviously, with President, he always going to want something in return. He's not going to get anything
Yes.
for free. You know what I
No.
mean? So even though if he entertains pardoning Diddy, he wants something in return with Diddy. And I don't think
Yes.
Diddy is he's the type of man that to agree to certain terms what President Trump wants. Do you agree?
I completely agree with that. And I think you're absolutely right. And I will add on top of that,
Mm-hmm.
that what I believe will happen is Trump is waited. This Epstein files thing is getting, I mean, Speaker Johnson is going to have to swear in, what is her name? Anita
I know
Grinell.
who you're talking about. Yes.
Everybody knows. Needs to swear her in the 218th vote so they can open up the Epstein files fully. And I think once we get to that point, I believe that is when Trump is going to drop the Diddy, because he knows that will just take up the news cycle for
Mm-hmm.
weeks potentially if he pardons Diddy. He
Right.
pardoned George Santos. I just saw he pardoned some other crypto guy. You know what I mean? But Diddy's a big one. So I think he's
Right.
saving it when he needs to distract us. You know what I mean? And that's a big distractor.
It is. But did you hear the big scandal of Prince Andrew and
Mm.
England about him lying that he never had any contact with Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh, yeah, that's not true.
Well, there was
Allegedly.
an email confirming that he did had contact with Epstein before he allegedly killed himself.
Oh,
That he
Lord.
had, yes, he had met with Epstein. He had contact with Epstein. And on top of that, Virginia Giuffre, her book
Yeah.
got released.
I know.
So
Have
I
you
don't know
read
if
any of that? I haven't really been
I
able
just
to.
purchased the book, actually. I just purchased the book, and I'm going to do a book club once I receive
Okay.
it on my YouTube. So I'm super excited. I just purchased it, and I can't wait to read the book so I can do a book club about it. But it is very, very interesting.
Yeah, because I had some information. I was just looking for that now.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, her memoir, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Very crazy.
How can it, I mean, is it true? Is it not? I mean, I mean,
I
it's very
believe it's true,
suspicious
Sam, to
when
be honest with
everybody,
you.
and she had said she would not want to unalive herself. So it's like, whoa.
Right. Well, someone killed her. I don't believe she killed herself. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because she loved her children, and she stated that she loved her children, that she would never leave her children.
Of
So for
course.
someone who loved her children more than she loved herself, that she would just end her life like that, it just looks very suspicious to me.
I agree. But there's something that is going to happen. But that's what I believe. Trump is brilliant with distraction. He is a brilliant bully. He knows how to shut up, quiet, shut up. You're a disgrace. I'm gonna tell your president about you. Like, shit, dude. I don't want to. I mean, have you ever heard anybody threaten to tell your president on you? Like, I mean, the way he talks and speaks to people personally, my opinion is that when could I ever go into a job? You know, Pam Bondi sits there and they're like, yeah, what about the Epstein files? And she's like, oh yeah, well, what about the money that you took and your wife? And you're like, what? Like, you'd be fired in any type, like, Sam, coming about this. Where are those files at, Sam? I'm like, where are those files? How about you cheating on your wife, Tim? Want to talk? And you'd be like, Sam, get out of my office. Like, and also as a man or a woman, it's not okay the way he talks to people when, you know, now the way, you know, it's infected the way that we talk to each other. I would never say anybody's, you know, quiet, you know, talk to them like a child or something, like, you know, just disrespectful.
Agreed. Yeah, I totally agree with you 100%. I think there's ways
on both sides they do it. It's just too much.
I agree. It's disgusting on both parties.
Yeah.
Did you participate in that parade last weekend? No Kings?
The No Kings, you know, actually I did not, because we went to the beach. But I do totally support the No Kings rally. I think it's great that people did. I was pointing out too, you know, something that's funny, not funny, but about protests is, you know, a protest really, like, if you look back during the civil rights, like, people didn't have really time to make these really thoughtful puns on your sign and everything like that, and have a great outfit picked out and stop by Starbucks and get a latte and have your kid there in a stroller with a matching, you know, sweater. You know, just says no fascism for breakfast or whatever. I don't know. And it's just pointing out, like, I like it. I support it because I think it should be shown to the administration that people are not happy. I mean, the soybean farmers are dying. I mean, that's the thing. He's killing middle America and so many other things. And I just think the way we talk to each other, how we act, like, it's just not diplomatic how he's speaking as a man, in my opinion.
What do you think that needs to change, in your opinion?
Well, you just need somebody who doesn't talk, like, you know, people don't, you know, say JFK or Obama or, you know, even now George Bush was diplomatic compared to Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like, I would take anybody over Donald Trump. I would easily, just because it doesn't represent America. And like, when I think of a president for America, I think of somebody who is a family man, a husband, and a leader, you know what I mean? And so, and that's why, regardless of what people say about Obama, for me, he represented that. You know, he was just a family man, beautiful wife, beautiful children, just so eloquent the way he could say things. Like Trump is so eloquent the way he says mean, hurtful, punching down, just bully. He's a great bully, and nobody wants to have that gun put on him. But the way he talks to press is just ridiculous to me.
Well, he doesn't like when they ask him the tough questions, especially with the
Exactly.
Epsteins, and he gets annoyed
Oh, yeah.
and said, well, what about the other things I've been doing? I've been doing great things, and why are you still talking about Epstein? You shouldn't be talking about Epstein because their survivors need transparency. They want the people that was held accountable to get justice, so they can go to prison. So I don't know. And he even said it during his during his campaign that once he's in office, that he will release the files. His words, not ours.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that was something that maybe they didn't count on people being as passionate about it as they were. But then the irony is he puts in Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, who were the most passionate. They got everybody, they got that whole base riled up over the Epstein files.
Yes.
And then now they're the quietest in the room about it. They're like, yep, that's over, case shut. And that's where I think this whole movie simulation we're living in is going to get so interesting. Because it's like, I mean, when this comes out, it's everybody.
It's everybody. And it's going to come out.
Yeah.
It's going to.
What is it? The truth shall, set you free, or
set you free. That's right. That's
come to the light. I mean, even if it's Bill Clinton, you know what I mean? I hope some of my idols are maybe not on that list, but they won't be my idols anymore. I don't know. I was trying to think about who it would be. I don't know who'd be my idol. I mean, I love, like, if Obama was there and they're like, we got videos, I'm like, oh, come on.
I don't think he's in there in the files. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so. I even think Bill Clinton, maybe he's in on this. I know a lot of these older men, they're into some weird stuff,
Bill Gates, I think he's in it. I don't know. I just have that feeling, and among other people too. Definitely not President Trump.
Well, I don't know about that, Cheryl. I mean, I think, unfortunately, allegedly, he's on there a lot. I mean, it's kind of hard with all the pictures. Oh, you were serious? I thought you were being sarcastic. Yeah, he's definitely in the files. If he wasn't in the files, Cheryl, he would have given those things up on day one. He released everything on MLK. He released most of this stuff, I guess, on JFK. I don't know. But the Epstein files, if you'll remember in an interview before the election, will you do MLK? Yeah, of course. Will you do JFK? Right. Yeah, of course. Will you do the Epstein files? Well, that's a funny one because, some of that stuff is very phony. Some of that stuff's phony. So, yeah, like he set a precursor up with, there's been plants, or, now it's the Democratic hoax. And if it's the Democratic hoax, why would they want to expose the Clintons? That's a big one.
That's true.
And there was that picture of Bill Clinton.
For years. Right.
Yeah. There's that weird painting of Bill Clinton at Epstein Island where he's in a dress, red slippers, and then the one of George Bush where he's sitting on the floor in the Oval Office playing with two Jenga towers. It's weird.
Yes. Now, you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think the reason why President Trump is not releasing the files, maybe he's being blackmailed, maybe that someone is threatening his family or him? Because I believe that, I don't think he's in the files, but I think that other people that maybe President Trump knows who's on those files, that he is scared or terrified. Because that's the only explanation that I can think of.
What about the explanation that he's possibly in the files? Why would you, I guess my question to you would be, he's been on several interviews, especially like Howard Stern. He was on, I don't know if it was The View back then, Barbara Walters or whatever, but he's just like, he makes a comment about his daughter. He's made a lot of underage comments. He was best friends or good friends with Jeffrey Epstein, allegedly, for like 15 years. There's video, there's proof. Yes. So I guess How are you able to say no? I mean, a guy who's openly admitted that he thinks his daughter is hot, okay, and then says he
Creepy.
likes him young, I'm just saying, and he can
Right.
grab him by the what. So I'm wondering, why would you say he isn't on it?
Right. You know why? Because I just feel like the reason why I think that he's not, even though the stuff that he said in the past, yes, definitely inappropriate, definitely disgusting. I don't know why what any father would say in public that your daughter is hot. That's creepy.
Right.
Okay. I just feel like there's no proof or paper trail that Trump went to pedophile island with Epstein, or among other things. And Virginia Giuffre, she never even mentioned Donald Trump. She just mentioned that she worked Mars-Largo and how Trump was nice to her, and therefore, but no other women ever came forward and said, "Oh, Trump may be involved in this." They're just saying that other politician was involved and prime minister as well. So that's what I think.
He
So I
said,
think Trump knows more than he's saying. Absolutely. He's just not saying it.
So you think he's being blackmailed? You don't think he's part of the list? I mean, he said, "Yeah, Bill." It's funny. He always says the same thing. He's like, "Oh, it's a Democratic hoax," but Bill Clinton's been there 24 different times on the flight. He's so funny. He's like I love Speaker Mike Johnson. They'll ask him a question and be like, "Man, I don't have any details on that." I'm like, dude, do you not have the same phone we all do and like news? Like, how are you the Speaker of the House and not waking up and be like, "What's new? What's new? Oh shit, these racist texts from these little young Republicans." Like, I don't know what you're talking about, so I'll check that out. So I can't comment on it right now. And you're like, oh my God. Like,
Mike
how do
Johnson,
you not?
Exactly. I just feel like Mike Johnson, I don't know how has a job, to be honest with you, because he does the bare minimum.
Yeah, because he sucks up to President Trump's backside,
Exactly. I feel like none of them have a backbone, and it's not even about the Democrats. It's both parties that are involved in this. So I don't know why Donald Trump is saying it's a hoax. It's not. It's both parties that know what's going on with the Epstein files, and they're just not releasing it.
Right. And obviously they're delaying it because there's really bad stuff in there. And I think they were just this NBA gambling ring they just unearthed and everything, which I don't know. I guess that's good. I don't know. But it's like everybody wants these files because I think people feel like with the crimes that these people are allegedly guilty of, that's the one thing. Even the worst of criminals in jail, they always beat up, guys like, sex offenders first. They all collectively agree. The worst of us still agree that PDFs need to be, they don't last in jail at all, in prison. So it's just, I think that's what I like about this. When I start seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene and I'm actually agreeing with her and she's not siding with Trump over the kids, like, that shocks me, but I actually respect that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, because they should protect the kids. Anyway,
I agree.
Let me go back to this though, just talking about the Kardashians earlier and Kim K's brain aneurysm. This is just how creepy the family is. Look at this part of the new show.
Never come back.
I love that I remember where you lost your virginity.
Look at this.
Nice. I lost my virginity in that room.
What? Stop it. Where was I?
But how did you do it if they were home?
Was I in the next room?
I actually didn't.
did.
I didn't.
I
didn't. Yeah, it was at his house.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
What?
Like, were they not home? Because I can't even
No, you guys
pee if they're
didn't
home.
care.
No, it was didn't care.
Not only did she not know, she really didn't give a She was like, "Oh, you're going out till Wednesday? Great. Never come back."
I love that I remember where you lost your virginity.
Ew.
I was like, "What do I?" I'm going to the cabana.
You are?
To say goodbye. I used to smoke a lot of weed in there when you weren't looking.
Wow. You did?
Go on.
How old were you?
Like 16.
Jeez.
Kylie was 14.
Am I just as blind as a bat that I didn't
We would
pick up on that?
We would shut those curtains, and we were like, "Oh,
Mom,
this makes
you
it
didn't
so
have a
much more
clue what
obvious."
happened half the time with your kids.
Nor did you care. Let's be honest.
Let's be
Wow.
honest.
Nor would I care.
You're like, you're doing drugs, that's fine, because I'm a cool mom.
Wow. See, that just shows you. Okay, there's your favorite ladies, Cheryl. The show you've been watching since the jump. I mean,
I
what
know.
mom? What
I'm
mom
embarrassed to say
talks with
that.
her daughter about that? It's cringe just for me. And what's so
Right?
funny is the way like, Mom, you were never around. Mom, you didn't care what we did. It's like, I don't know.
That's sad.
This
to
kind of
be honest.
shows, and that's like America's family. That's who people look up to.
Yeah.
And so that's why
Idols.
when Kim K talks about, you know, how Kanye is so crazy, I just kind of look to her and say, well, you're not really, as sane yourself. So
Exactly. You know what I mean? Especially, coming from that family, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's just crazy. Who would tell their parents, oh, I smoked weed, I lost my virginity? Like, I could never
I
tell my
know.
parents.
I would never to my mom. That's so weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Here's your boy Trump real quick. Let me see what this
Okay.
is.
He better watch it or we'll take very serious action against him and his country.
The president of Colombia in a recent interview said that if you won't change, he thinks that people should get rid of you.
We're talking about now Columbia, the country, not the university.
Yes.
Go ahead. He said what?
He said that if you won't change, then perhaps you will be gotten rid of. Do you view that as a threat?
Well, he's a thug and bad guy. He's a guy that is making a lot of drugs. We've just, as of today, stopped all payments going to Colombia, the country Colombia.
Yeah, we
also, the school Colombia. No, we settled. We made a settlement with him. But no, he's a thug, and he's a bad guy, and he's hurt his country very badly. They're doing very poorly, Colombia. They make cocaine. They have cocaine factories. They grow all sorts of crap that's drugs, bad drugs coming into the United States, goes generally through Mexico. And he better watch it or we'll take very serious action against him and his country. His country is, what he has led his country into is a death trap.
I mean, that is crazy. That's what I think is crazy about it's not diplomatic. Like, he's picking fights with everybody. I love Colombia. I went to, Carnival, in Colombia. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Like, the people, the culture. It's crazy. Like, how can you threaten, an entire country like that and just talking out the side of it? It's just crazy to me.
Because probably they're making too much good money and then they're having power and the government don't like that. You know what I mean? So that's why they're controlling the whole thing. That's what it is, basically. Let's be real, Sam. They know what they've been doing. They know what the cartel's been doing for decades. And now they're trying to, tell the world and the public, we're going to stop it. We're going to slow it down. Like, get serious.
Right.
You knew what they were doing.
How are you? And also, too, let's be real. How are you ever going to stop the flow of drugs? That's
right.
Do you think people are going to stop doing cocaine? Do you think people are going to stop smoking weed? Are people going to stop, they're smoking cigarettes, the vapes, I mean, the list goes on. How do you'd have to cure drug addiction? So this whole thing of it's so weird to me that it's illegal. It should be legal because we know people are going to be doing it, but let's keep the fentanyl out. Let's keep it safe. You know what I mean? That's how I would like they do with cannabis here in California and Denver and other places. Make it recreational. Just like you do with liquor, so do it with cannabis, you know what I mean? But regulate everything. A lot of people don't agree with that. But it's like all this stuff, these the cartels would be over if it wasn't illegal anymore. It's such an interesting thing. I feel like you could just take the legs out from under them with, or I don't know, work with the cartel and we could all go and live happy.
Exactly.
Let me see what this one is. Oh, did you see this? The guys who stole $7 million from the Louvre in France.
No. Oh,
look at this.
My
God.
God.
The Louvre is in France, right? Am I being dumb?
No.
Okay.
Not dumb at all.
Yeah. No, I'm not dumb. Thank you. I'm just I'm pretty positive on that. Yep, French. Yep. I knew that, but making sure. So look at this. These dudes had like a ladder with a bucket that went up to the window. They broke in. How badass. It really goes to show that.
During the day they're robbing. Wow.
Yeah, and they just got away on a little moped. It goes to show too when people like they were in just like construction stuff that people just assume you're construction, that you're not like stealing jewelry.
Right.
But look at that thing. They had a basket lowering them out. Pretty slick. Pretty slick.
Very slick. All you need is a uniform and you can just get anything.
Go ahead.
I said all you need is a uniform and you can pretend to be anyone.
Right. Do you see these guys? This is inside. Somebody got they have people like filming it with their cell phones as these guys are robbing the place.
Wow.
It is crazy. Like, because
no
it looks like they're just working. No, they came in with chainsaws. People thought inside thought it was a joke. You know what I mean? Like it's weird how your brain doesn't first tell you somebody is stealing this or somebody is doing something bad. Your first instinct is like, okay, maybe there's like somebody's filming something, or maybe this is fake, or maybe there's a joke. You know, you just don't assume the worst a lot of times. And then a second later, you're like, oh, wait, that person just, you know. So yeah, they got away with all those jewels. It's crazy.
Wow. And they still haven't
Nope.
They haven't been caught. Wow.
Nope. And the director of the Louvre said, I will resign, but they said, no, you're good, girl. It's not your fault. I'm like, dang, I would have fired.
I don't condone it. That's very slick on their part. Whoops.
I mean, it's very slick. I mean, it looks like a movie heist. I mean, having that little bucket. I just want to hear the music. Like, you know, hold on. Let me replay that. Where is it? Here we go. Dun 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 dun. I mean, it is what's so cool, and it's just this shit like you wouldn't think of. You know what I mean?
No.
And it's kind of going slow. Like, could you imagine if the cops were at the bottom of that? I mean, look at this.
Right. I have to say, it's quite brilliant on their part.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what I think is brilliant about this is, you know, some guys were like, yo, if we just got one of those ladders that we have at our construction site anyway.
Right.
And my question is, how do you get away with this? Because my first thought is, where did they rent this bucket thing from? Right. It's got to be, you know, it's got to be registered somewhere. Did they buy it in cash?
Right. Well, you have to keep in mind, maybe they planned this for months.
I would hope
maybe
so.
a year. I'm not sure. Maybe they had an inside job. They probably knew somebody that can. It's a possibility, you know. So.
And what about? I wonder if they would go through the footage of people visiting the museum, because you would think these guys are like, okay, we can go here. The jewels is second level. These windows are really easy to break. I don't know if they broke the windows or what happened.
And they're wearing masks.
Yeah, they had masks. I don't know if they had masks. Let me see.
You can't really see their face, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
so
this one, they look like construction workers.
Right.
They maybe look like they have masks on, and they're just chainsawing into the glass. I just don't get how that works.
Wow. That's insane.
It really is. I mean, it's ballsy. I mean, I remember one time in front of my house, these guys were breaking into this car, and their back trunk was up, and I came up to the guy. I was like, hey man, you left your trunk up. And he goes, oh yeah, thank you. And then he goes in front of the car, gets on a bike and takes off. And I was like, oh, that guy was, you know, robbing the car. I didn't even realize it, you know, but I was like, oh shit, he's actually stealing from this. So that's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. It doesn't matter if you're during the day or the night, you're still gonna get robbed, or people gonna
Yep. I honestly think, from what I've seen, the best time to rob is during the day, because people just don't expect it. They're just so I would always say back in the day, if you wanted to get away with something, just act normal, you know, and people be like, oh, he's not really doing that, you know?
Exactly.
It's just acting normal. Look at this. This was pretty brave. I saw this reporter who stuck up to Trump recently, which I like to see because I just don't, you know, I want to see reporters be more honest across the board and always hold our politicians to the wall because or else they can get out of control. And listen to this, this is great.
Yeah, the biggest electoral margin since Ronald Reagan with 304, 306 electoral votes. In fact, President Obama got 365 in 2008.
Well, I'm talking about Republican.
President Obama 332
Yeah.
and George H.W. Bush 426 when he won as president. So why should Americans trust you
Well, no, I was
when
told,
you're
I was given that
misrepresenting
information. I was just given. We had a very, very big margin.
The question is, why should
See, do you see this? And this is so great on the report. He's totally catching him in a lie after lie. He says Obama. He says, oh, no. Well, we're talking to Republicans. Then he hits him with George Bush's 400 and something higher. And he goes, oh, I was given the information. This is my point on a president. Like, say that's me and you caught me in some shit. I'd be like, my bad, guys. You got me.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I fucked up. Okay. My bad.
Right.
I will work forward from now to be honest and sorry, the number I was off. But he deflects the blame. Listen.
Americans trust you when you representing information?
I was just given. We had a very, very big margin.
The question is, why should Americans trust you when you accuse the information they receive of being fake when you're providing information that's
Well,
not
I don't know.
accurate?
I was given that information. I was given. I've seen that information around.
You said today.
Isn't that great? Like, I just think it's so
That's
funny.
crazy. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's great journalism. You know what I mean? Out of any administration, it's just like all these politicians are trash. And, you know what I mean? I think it's time that, I hope people now are waking up a little bit more to this and getting a little more angry and that they're going to take more action.
I hope so too. You know what I mean? Especially with the whole, Charlie Kirk investigation. We still don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What's going on?
That is so crazy. I saw, I had a Navy SEAL. Let me see if I can pull up that clip real quick. Because it is, this guy, I think he was a Navy SEAL maybe.
Does he have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, here it is. I'm sorry.
Okay. Does he have a YouTube channel? Okay.
I'm sure this guy does. Check it out real quick.
Horrific video. He was obviously dead before he hit the ground. But the questions immediately started to come to me. That was not an entry wound that we saw. We saw an exit wound. So where'd that bullet come from? You don't bleed like. And I've shot guys closer than the camera was. And an entry wound doesn't look like that. An exit wound does. Why did his shirt move the way it did? When I've shot people, their shirts didn't move like that. And then the initial reaction was, well, he was obviously wearing body armor and it was deflection. One, no. He wasn't wearing body armor. And two, it doesn't deflect like that off of body armor. Why was his shirt moving from right to left? Why were people being interviewed saying, yeah, they came from my left to right, from his right to left, immediately shut down? And then did they tear the crime scene down immediately? Just right off the bat, from seeing it, knowing he was dead, saying a lot of this is bad, not even getting into the soliloquy of text messages that 22-year-olds don't send their trans lover.
If you were doing that with all your training, you were one of the most elite guys in special forces in American history. If you were dismantling this precise rifle, how long would it take you to do it?
A 30-06, well, it's going to take several minutes. I can't even remember I grew up, my first rifle was a 30-06 in Montana. And I can't remember the last time I took it apart. I could take the bolt out, clean that off. But in order to break it down to the point where you can even walk with a limp, it's going to take a solid 5 minutes, I would guess, with different. I don't even think you use that type of a screwdriver that he had with his DNA conveniently all over it, because everything you touch has your DNA on it. It's just taking it apart, putting it together, taking a shot, cold bore, by the way, where your scope wasn't on there, taking it back apart, putting it in your pants, climbing down a fence, getting back into the woods, putting it together as you're on the run, wrapping it in a towel, then driving 200 miles away to type to my love the 300 lines of text. It's just none of it makes sense to me.
Scott Morgan, you're a forensics.
Isn't that great?
Exactly. Yes, I saw that last week. It doesn't make sense what he just explained. It doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. The whole narrative, Sam, is just far-fetched. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's weird. What do you think? I mean, what do you think about Turning Point? And Erica Kirk, you know, a lot of people, I mean, me personally, I feel that it's odd the way she's reacted to his death. Some people call it we grieve differently. A lot of, I don't know. It's not what I could do, having the big stadium full of people and President Trump not really taking it seriously as if it was, it's something is just not right. Like in my moral compass, I know how people look. Like, you know, I made the point a while ago, Michael Jordan giving a speech at Kobe's memorial. He's, you know, there was the meme because his eye, you know, it's swelled up, slobbering everywhere. So her composure is just interesting to me. It doesn't look like grieving to me. And then they cover up the site. I don't know. What do you think?
So like you said, I agree with you. A lot of people deal with grief differently. And with the whole memorial of Charlie Kirk, and a lot of people are saying about Erica Kirk that she's faking it. It looked weird, but people have to keep in mind, this is a mother, okay, a wife. She doesn't know the whole politician, all the dirty side of it. You know what I mean? She doesn't know, and I'm not speaking for her, but she doesn't know the whole the deal, the dirty little secrets, and how to process all this. You know what I mean? She just lost her husband.
I just mean because her family worked for the government.
Oh, I didn't know that part. I didn't know her family worked for the government.
Yeah, I believe it was her mother. I mean, there's some interesting. I mean, have you gone down the rabbit hole of Romania?
No.
Hold on.
I got to look into that. But like I was saying,
yeah, go ahead.
The turning point. That's okay. With the turning point, I know some people can't talk about the investigation because some of them were witnesses. Fair, but the people that were not there, they should talk about how they feel or what they suspect. You know what I mean? Because they're not under an investigation. And to be honest with you, Sam, the only person that's really talking about is Candace Owens.
Because she's the only one. I mean, look, she's cried more than Erica Kirk. She seems more passionate. Like, I hate to say it. Wouldn't you think Erica Kirk is passionate about, you know, they've closed the door on this Tyler Robinson kid. She even said I forgive him.
Oh my gosh. It's not funny, but
that man. Young man. I mean, come on. It's like you can read when somebody is really grieving, you feel it. You know what I mean? There's soul. So
but you don't know what the feds are telling her. You don't think about it. You don't know what the feds are telling her. She don't even know what to believe. So
I know.
My thing is, she's probably going to Candace Owens and say, "Listen, you have the backbone for this. Expose them all." Because I bet she don't want to even get involved in this because, like I said, she has 2 beautiful young children, you know, and that she has to care for and running a company. So what I think is she probably told Candace Owens, listen, expose everyone, find out your investigation and expose everyone. And that's what Candace Owens is doing. She's the only one. You don't see CNN, NBC, CBS, nobody, Fox News. No one's not talking about it because everyone's afraid that they're going to get fired or worse. And that's crazy.
I mean, I worry about Candace Owens a little bit.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I think the same thing that happened to Charlie Kirk. I mean, she's messing with forces. She's the only one doing it. So think about that. Yeah. And I mean, I think there are there's allegedly these rumors that Charlie Kirk was not wanting to be with Israel on some of his viewpoints and whatnot. So I think that who knows? I'm just still trying to find her job. Let me see. General Electric for launching business and network security. Something with security. General Electric before founding multiple companies in the network security interest. I don't know. Look some stuff up with that. Romania.
Okay.
Allegedly, they had a child orphanage, but they got kicked out of Romania because kids were disappearing, allegedly.
That's crazy.
So that's interesting, but it's crazy. But look at this. This is something, I don't know if you know, the farmers are pissed off at Donald Trump, the soybean farmers. So here's, I didn't know much. I mean, I knew a little bit, but check this out.
Are you angry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm totally mad. There's no reason for it. This is absolute stupidity. This is a man-made crisis caused by Donald Trump, period.
John Bartman is a soybean farmer whose family has been working Illinois land since before the Civil War. This year, his crops, diligently planted, meticulously cared for, are losing their value.
This is a yield monitor. This allows me to see instantly what my yield is doing. So this is 4,134. So that's roughly $40,000 worth of soybeans that we have harvested. And a couple years ago, that was easily $60,000. So that's a major change.
See, this is what I don't get too, Cheryl. Is like these guys all overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Like, I just don't get, I feel bad. I don't really feel so bad for people because I feel like everybody saw this coming. If you have any bit of vision or manifestation, you can kind of see what they were going for with immigration, that they weren't just going after criminals. They were going to be going, now they're going after legal US citizens. So I just don't get how they didn't get it. That this, like somebody said, like they literally voted to shut their generational business, you know, to kill it.
Right. Well, that's really tough, Sam, you know, because, you know, a lot of people voted, you know, for President Trump because, you know, they wanted closed borders, they wanted the economy, you know, to get better. And, you know, they knew, you know, once President Trump would become office, that they're going to, you know, take away or get rid of the illegal migrants. And that means that no longer they're going to be farming, and that hurts, you know, the farmers' business and everything. And that really sucks. You know, that breaks my heart to see that.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on. But that's what the people voted for, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
I think what the people voted for, and I honestly believe this about people, is that they voted to, any gangs, any crime, any, you know, people who are here illegally. Yeah. If they're criminals, get them out, you know? And I think a lot of people unanimously, I mean, everybody agrees that get crime out of your neighborhood, and nobody wants that. I mean, I just cleaned up a homeless encampment that I had been working on for 3 years to get rid of this RV where they were doing heroin, they were drinking, and finally this guy died. And it took him, like, he sat in the sun for 4 hours till finally they got him, and then they left his RV, and the guys were still camping out partying, and finally we got rid of it. And now we can walk down that sidewalk with our family for the first time safely. And so it's just like, that to me is like common sense politics, you know? And it's not like the fruit vendors, like, or you know what I mean? Or people here illegally trying to make a life for themselves, you know, like the fruit vendors, the taco vendors, the different, I mean, our Latino culture, like, especially in LA, like every corner is like a different restaurant. And in LA, you know, during the pandemic, we made it legal so you could set up a restaurant basically. And that's where you get kind of cheaper tacos and stuff like that. And there's such a culture to it. And so you're just like, why are you taking fruit vendors is my question.
Right. It you know, Sam, it's a slippery slope. I just, you know, when you have illegal migrants that do the right thing, that pay their taxes, that work hard and support their family, and, you know, just want a better life for themselves, in my opinion, I think they should stay. You know what I mean? They should stay because they're not breaking the law. They're doing, they got away from their country to come here to have a better life, because whatever they were, you know, it was just violence, drugs, and everything. And they come to the United States to have a better life. I get that, and I'm full support of that. But unfortunately, in our government, they have to go, which I disagree. They should stay because they're not harming anyone, and they're just making a living in the trying to support their family. That's all.
Right. And how is that Christian? You know, I'm Jewish, and that's what I cracked up. I at least wish that a lot of these politicians wouldn't hide behind religion and acting like they're good Christians, because if you're good Christians and somebody is literally swimming here, you know, coming here, climbing here, like all these different things, escaping death, like when you see how some people come over, like packed like sardines in these trucks, and sometimes left to die when the traffickers are caught and they just ditch the vehicle. You're like, how can you call yourself Christian and not see like these people are fleeing death? Like their other option is death or try to get into America. And it's like any human being given the same circumstance would do the same thing. So it's always shocking to me that, and not just Christians, but humans don't say, you know, slip into somebody else's shoes and just for a minute let themselves say, God, what would that feel like? How would I feel? You know what I mean? And I just don't think we do that much.
No, I agree with you 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
but anyway, yeah.
It's the economics. It's what we do in this country. We export food. And we can't do that right now.
Soybeans are the largest agricultural export from the U.S., valued at more than $24 billion last year, 52% of which was exported to China. But this year, soybean exports to China are down 51% compared with the same time period last year. The drop comes as China stopped buying soybeans from the U.S. and an escalating trade war. President Donald Trump insists farmers will win the trade war. Posting on Truth Social October 1st, we've made so much money on tariffs that we are going to take a small portion of that money and help our farmers. I will never let our farmers down. John Bartman is skeptical.
Bailout's not going to do it. Bailout, unfortunately, we need the money.
Once you lose a customer like China, can you ever get them back?
I sincerely doubt it. Why would they?
Yeah, see, that's the hard part about it. And I like what one of the farmers said. We want trade, not aid, which is true. You know what I mean? Like, give me a fishing rod. Don't just hand me fish, you know?
Right. Exactly.
I have to be able to do this for myself. Well, this was a great show.
I agree. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, thank you, Cheryl. Anytime. You know, I do this every day. So anytime you want to come through, you know, it's always great to talk.
Absolutely. And I love the topics that you talk about and address. It's very good. Very informative, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate, you know, I will play this one last video. It's kind of sad, this girl. I'm not trying to make this overly political show, but just this happens to be what I found today. But check this out.
It shouldn't be a Democrat or Republican.
I'm Republican.
Juneteenth should not be a holiday.
No.
It shouldn't be a holiday.
No.
You don't think slaves should celebrate? You don't think that society should celebrate they free slaves?
There are so many days that we could be celebrating that we're not celebrating.
Talk to me.
Every day.
I know.
Should
Tell
be a
me
day
something.
that we celebrate.
Tell me something.
Great.
Tell me one that should be a fellow or holiday.
There are so many different.
Come on, name a couple. Just a couple.
Typical Karen. She's about to use the typical Karen.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like the pressure.
I don't like
What's pressure? All right. I don't want my children dating blacks.
No.
You don't think that's racist?
No.
Okay. Black women are hard to deal with in customer service.
Sometimes.
Okay. Black culture is toxic.
No.
Blacks need to stop abandoning their women.
Yes.
Think so?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So immigrants are changing our society for the worse.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. The Democrat.
Wow. So that just kind of shows you how awful. And what I hate about it, and I'm sorry to, you know, have to end with this on you, but
no worries.
You know, I hate the stereotype that black fathers are not in their kids' lives, because that has been disproven over and over and over. And in watching that video, what I hate about it is you literally see all the propaganda passed down by generations of stereotypes and, you know, black women in customer service, like all of these stereotypes is just like, oh, wow, she just said it all out loud. And like interracial relationships, it's just didn't think that was racist to say no, you know. What do you think?
Right.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. We really need to talk about that, like how Black fathers are absent in their child's life, because I believe that's the case in some of them,
No,
not all.
that is not though. That is a stereotype that has been disproven. No, they're actually the most
Really?
Black
I
fathers
gotta look
are
into
the
that because
most
I disagree with you on that. To be
I
honest
don't
with you,
know. Let
there's
me look
some
it
a
up
lot of
before we get
absent
on.
fathers.
Well,
To
of
be honest
course. I
with you,
mean, there's tons of absent fathers. Yeah, I know tons of, but I think statistically they have. Let me put it up for you.
okay.
Let's see. Black dads more involved in children's lives than other groups. CBS. U.S. House of Representatives member Frederica Wilson Flores. Okay, you can skip through this. Think about how this group was dogged by the school to prison pipeline, mass incarceration, health disparities, and continuing to shoulder the gun violence epidemic, spends more time with their children than others, Wilson said. I'm just looking for. But yeah, I think the false narrative is discouraging to young fathers. I'm just looking for the factuals, but yes, it says Black dads more involved in activities with their children than other groups. CDC study shows the myth of Black fathers.
This is in 2025 or
Yeah,
last
there's now,
year?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, submission systematic racism is often talked about in sub and overlaying message icons. I mean, the thing is, you hear white people say these tropes over and over and over again, and it's been proven not to be true. Now, again, I mean, that's these are things that white people use against Black culture to, deactivate, and really put down because it's
That is
not
true.
true. I
No, I
mean,
agree with you.
it's not true. Every time I see a Black dad, he's always involved and, great dad. It's not, I think the problem has been a lot of the entertainment we're fed. I'm just looking, and also during the, I don't know. We could go on and on about it. I should have brought that video in earlier.
Next time.
Yeah. Yeah. So next time, and I'll get some more facts on that too.
Okay.
Because I think that's, it's a stereotype and it's, it's negative. So,
No, I agree
that's what I
with you.
try and do, educate the people. But I appreciate you coming on today, though.
Thank you. I thank you so much for having me on your podcast, your channel.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
You too. This was great, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
All right. Take care, Cheryl. Thank you. Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Guys, that was amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in to Samson's World. Court comedy and culture, American culture, world culture, global culture, different cultures. I always say the beauty about living in Los Angeles, being an Angelino, and being an American is about embracing each other's cultures. I love to make pozole. I never would have made pozole at home had I not been introduced to the Latino culture here. I love making matzo ball soup and latkes because I'm Jewish, so that's my culture. I introduced that to other people. Chinese soup dumplings. I make sushi. I wouldn't be able to make the good sushi if I didn't have the Mitsuya Market in downtown Los Angeles and Little Tokyo. So I don't know why, as Americans, our culture should be to embrace all the cultures of the world and take it all in and then put that out into the world. All right. It's not this old white guy who doesn't know how to dance. Trump going after Colombia. I love Colombia, baby. The cumbia. I mean, go to Colombia and dance for 48 hours straight and then tell me that you're cool with our president talking like this. I love Colombia. Colombia. Most Americans can't spell it. I couldn't until I went to Colombia. Now I know it's 2 O's. Wow. Yes, the people are beautiful. Anyway, I'm digressulating. I love you guys. This was an excellent show. Didn't expect to go this long, but we did. Have a beautiful day. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of YouTube.
Can you freestyle rap at all?
Not yet.
Doesn't it appear to be extremely coincidental that you guys arrest people right outside of Governor Newsom's press conference? Is this really just a show of power?